Now quickly moving on to the next topic, which is called as the future of CX, AI-driven, empathy-led and insight-fueled. We have Mr. Vishal Agarawal, CEO and co-founder from Locobuzz, who's going to be joining us. Well, he is the CEO and co-founder of Locobuzz, a customer experience platform used by over 350 global brands, including several Fortune 500 companies. He has more than 20 plus years of experience in building and scaling digital products and enterprise tech solutions. Well, he has been at the forefront of revolutionizing how brands engage with customers in the digital era. So let's welcome the gentleman with a big, big round of applause, welcoming Vishal Agarwal, CEO, co-founder, Locobuzz, to take over the stage.
So it's kind of a tough act to follow where Pooja is talking about buy now and pay never, and Akhilesh talked about buying in 8-10 minutes. I think it's a good life we are getting into unless they get into trouble with RBI. Anyways, welcome to the world of CX. This is for people who customers will pay, hopefully, as soon as possible. The whole idea behind future of CX is empathy-led. It's extremely important to sort of call out empathy the moment we start talking about AI. And what really AI enables you to do is to really drive value at scale. And if you are able to fuel these initiatives by insights, you're able to do a lot more in a very less time. And it's a very interesting quote our team has come up with. So the way we think of AI is we look at it as age of instinct. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the age of instinct, or as you all sort of know it as age of AI. And the whole idea behind why we call it age of instinct is there are two things which are happening now. It's not just that AI has become a lot more sensible and sort of become our first go-to consultant, whether we are searching something, whether we want a review on something, or whether we want to write better emails or sometimes even debug our code. What really also is happening is we are all creating a lot of content. We are creating a lot more videos, images across all sorts of platforms. And this is where brand custodians have an unparalleled opportunity to really harness this vast intelligence very beautifully. And once you really start harnessing this intelligence, you are able to build better relationships with your customers. You are able to then, of course, monetize these relationships and boost your revenue. And ultimately, as a brand, your reputation, you are able to really establish yourself as a business leader as well. So what are the first principles, when we think about, solving this, right? So the dream always has been to be able to understand our customers really well, right? And the hope is that technology is going to help me get there. But then reality hits us sometimes and we realize that, we have disparate systems, siloed databases, siloed technology, and we are really not getting that deep, realistic understanding of who the customer really is, to be able to make some astronomical differences and really move from relationships to revenue to brand reputation. This is where, truly understanding the voice of customer comes into play. Now imagine the possibility where you are able to leverage AI to really decode these millions of data points and not get overwhelmed with this plethora of data, but really get excited that you have so many more signals to learn from, to understand your customers. And this is where, we believe social intelligence really transforms a business's ability to be really real with their customers. It's that one authentic source of information and customer feedback if you are able to decode it leveraging AI and further engage customers using, again, AI as a co-pilot to really assist you in that. You are now moving from millions of overwhelming data points to a meaningful voice of customer, to building meaningful relationships, to boosting your revenue. It's very interesting, despite all of this happening, a lot of times when we think of social or digital or email, we look at open rates, we look at, reach, impression, engagement, or the most thing, what is the sentiment? It's kind of funny, a lot of people still come to ask, hey, can you do sentiments? And then the next question is, English to theek hai, can you do it in this language, that language? What about nuances? Trust me, the world has moved far ahead. The tech has moved far ahead. And I really feel that, a lot of these people, just like an iceberg, are just thinking about the surface, and you're really missing the big picture. We believe a lot more meaning can be extracted with the data which you have. And it's not in future, it's now. You're able to use this data to understand emotions, understand purchase intent, understand aspects of conversation. What really is driving this engagement? What really is driving this sentiment? You're able to leverage these signals in a very meaningful manner. So we believe that you can now uncover these hidden truths and really develop a far more meaningful relationship with your customers. And this is where Locobuzz comes in. Think of Locobuzz as an AI genie in a box which connects with all your customers on no matter what digital platform they are on, and with a very key AI layer which will not only help you solve one of the most difficult problems of voice of customer, where it's random signals, inaccurate sentiments, how do I categorize this data? All of these things are of past. And now in future, you don't have to worry about it. You can literally interact with the data as you interact with, I don't know, Perplexity, ChatGPT, whatever is your LLM you use at home, And they are able to transform this, vast data, chaotic data, into very meaningful instincts and signals, which you can use to improve your business processes. Not only that, you can also leverage this data to do a very meaningful competition benchmarking, to do a very meaningful market research. And going beyond that, as you start engaging with customers, imagine an agent who can only speak Hindi being able to handle your customers globally. Whether somebody comes in at Arabic, whether somebody is asking a difficult question, the person has joined yesterday, you have like a 50-pager knowledge base which tells this I can do, this I cannot do. All of that now can be seamlessly integrated as a co-pilot, making your agents do a lot more without needing a lot of time, without needing a lot of training, which means you can really move fast, accurately, in a cost-effective manner. If I break it down further into how we really look at value we create for our customers, at the heart of it is your brand reputation. At the heart of Locobuzz is how do you measure your brand's performance? How do you measure your brand's reputation? How do you protect it? How do you measure the ROI of all the campaigns and investments you are doing on advertising or marketing? That's the really core at what we do. And then around it, you are able to then have a layer of intelligence and analytics, which can be used for understanding your competition, understanding your market, and most importantly, understanding the voice of your customer, understanding the signals your customers are giving you, honing your instincts to become a far better listener, a far better, a brand your customers can trust and count on. And then, of course, with automation at the back end, you are able to do a lot more with a lot less. So once you marry automations and workflows into the work you do, you will realize that for what you needed 10 hours or for what you needed a team of 20 people, you're able to do a lot more with much fewer people. And you're able to then move these available resources into far more interesting value chain processes and activities. So I've been using this word instinct, and my product manager has hammered into me that you have to talk about instincts and not about insights. And this is where we sort of try to explain to you how we are decoding instincts and insights. We look at insights as the thing of the past. Usually we look at insights as why did this happen, right? And then somebody will analyze your data and come up with a report after 2 days, 3 days, a week, if you're lucky, end of the day, whenever that is, and you're able to then get a signal, but the damage is already done. Instincts are dynamic. Instincts are proactive. They are contextual. And instincts are of value only if they are democratized. They are more accessible within the organization. So the way to think about it is, insights tell you what happened. It's more like a black swan. It's done. But instincts can shape your future before it arrives. You are in the moment, leveraging AI with the assurance that you're not going to do, man can do no wrong. I mean, man and woman can do no wrong. So the way we look at, how do you build an organization which is sort of practicing these, customer instincts. The first thing is most important. You need to move away from how you look at data and what you expect from data. I know it's, we have hammered into us that a report should have a pie chart and a trend line and some graphs. I mean, otherwise, how it is a report, right? But if you just reflect back, are you looking for somebody to present you a donut with, sentiment distribution, or are you really trying to understand where does my sentiment lie and why, right? So this is one thing you need to demand a lot more from your data beyond sentiments. So you need to get into why of things, because ultimately that's where the real value resides. Moving from there, move away from more the keyword-based insights and analysis to more meaningful insights. Your customers are not going to use the keywords you thought they will use. Somebody will call a swimming pool, somebody will call it a pool. And somebody may, call it something in Hindi or another language, and you just cannot match the growth you are seeing across, a country like India, where there's so many dialects spoken, so many languages spoken. Businesses are growing beyond India. You need to be able to capture meaning and essence across cultural boundaries, across language boundaries. So you need to be able to move beyond keywords and basic sentiments, right? And then, of course, you need to be able to give access to it to anybody who is the first layer of interaction with customers. Interestingly enough, and this is very something to think about, right? The person who welcomes you when you enter an office, the security guard or the receptionist or the security guard at your office entrance, probably is the least paid person. But that's the first interaction and experience anybody who visits your campus, visits your office gets. Similarly, the person who's responding the emails on your behalf, who's responding on social media on your behalf, is holding your brand's reputation. If you are not going to equip with the technology which ensures they will perform better than the best, is your organization's reputation truly safe? Right. You have to really reflect on these things, and this is where democratizing access to people who are first line of defense or interaction with customers is super important. And then, of course, you need to keep fine-tuning it. Rome was not built in one day. Or like what I would like to say is, Bangalore traffic was not destroyed in one day, or Mumbai roads were not destroyed in one day. Similarly, your customer-centric culture will not be built in one day. One instinct at a time, one development at a time, but you need to really demand a lot more beyond positive, negative, neutral. So let's jump into, how are we thinking about customer experience management and what it looks like with AI at its core. So the way we think about this is we break it down into, 4 core sort of value propositions. So the idea really is you have all this data. How do I move beyond, typical keywords and sentiments into more meaningful aspects? That's where the contextual pulse comes into play. You really get into why somebody has that opinion about your product, and are there any meaningful clusters or signals coming about? And then we want to really change how people interact with this. So for example, people will send an alert saying that if this keyword appears and the person has so many followers, then send me an alert, and they'll be delighted if the alert comes. It'll go beyond that. Like for example, you can send an alert saying that if somebody shows purchase intent, I want an alert. Or if somebody shows an intent to not buy from me, I really want an alert. That's what we are really looking forward to, right? We are not really trying to say negative, positive. We are really trying to understand business meanings, right? So imagine now being able to demand business outcomes-based alerts. And then the most revolutionary is the concept of how we want you to interact with this data. So, these are a lot of experiments. I think it came about with the ChatGPT, where, we are not really interested in reading 20 reviews of TripAdvisor or Google reviews. We just want to know if I'm choosing that restaurant for that special occasion, am I making the right decision, and what are the key dishes to order, for example, right? You just want a summary output, right? So now imagine being able to do the same with your data. So what we have built is all your data, whether it's from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, emails, Google locations, feedback, surveys, whatnot. It comes into this AI box where you just simply ask, what's driving negative emotion towards my business? What are the 5 key factors around my service which are driving dissatisfaction amongst my customers? This last campaign I drove, what was the purchase intent in it? Am I doing better than the last campaign? These are the kind of questions you want to ask. But again, what you will do is you'll ask for a report which will have some donuts, some lines, and you're trying to just decode that to get to these meanings. So no more of that. You can simply ask these things to the AI, and AI will respond it on your data, not on somebody's blog, not on some review which has been picked by the LLM, and it's using that to give you, a complete synopsis, and then it's just creating a beautiful language around it. No, it's looking at every single data point your customers has given. And we have made it publicly available now. We call it CMOverse.ai, where we have added about 400 odd Indian brands. So if one of your brand is added, you can today go log in and ask it any question. It has access to all your public data, so don't get scared. We are not Palantir. It's all your public data which is publicly available. We have annotated it. We have leveraged LLMs to figure out signals like emotions, toxicity, purchase intent, analyzed images and videos shared, and then you can just ask it whatever you feel like from a brand's perspective, all right? The other aspect, of CX is not just understanding your customer, but acting on how to, engage with your customers, right? And this is where, we have 2 tracks. One is autonomous, which is, leverage AI to make things fully automated. And the other is how do you augment an agent to do better. So I'll just focus on, quickly, time is running out. So there is what we call as, the run-of-the-mill, the easy task, and then the corner cases. The definition of easy task is growing bigger and bigger. It means what was considered easy, so if 10 things were considered easy, now 100 things are considered easy. And that easy bucket is growing big and big. So we have reached a level where, you can really automate very peacefully all your easy tasks. So if you have routine queries coming in, somebody asking for a refund, somebody asking for buying a product, somebody wants to get understanding of your refund policy, or whether you take payments via XYZ credit cards or UPI, all of these basic queries can be handled. Like, it was so funny, we were having this discussion, and yesterday, my brother was trying to book a slot of golf in your Prestige Golf Shire next to Nandi Hills, and he was for 10 minutes on a call with a guy at 10 p.m. And it was such a lame waste of time, where for 10 minutes all you are trying to just say, book me a game, which can be done so beautifully with AI, and you don't have to, make somebody suffer and stay away from their family till 10, 11 in the night, and then pay a lot of money to them, and where your customer is now really aggrieved because he or she has to spend that 10, 15 minutes explaining again, what is my handicap score to whatnot to get a damn game. Leverage AI, guys. A lot of these things can be really automated. It's not tomorrow, it's here now. And moving away from automation as a co-pilot, what we have done is we believe that, in those unique opportunities where the customers require that personal connect, that personal touch, where you think that, it will be better that an agent really handles it, we have created a co-pilot where an agent can handle any challenge thrown at it, because the knowledge base has been decoded as a co-pilot. The language is no longer any kind of a handicap. Not just that, even your CSAT is not a handicap. What we have built now is the moment the AI sees that a response that an agent is about to send is going to lower the CSAT from what it is, it will not send that response. It will say, hey, if you do this, the CSAT comes down, but it doesn't stop there. It says, instead, why don't you try doing this? And all the agent is to say, yeah, I kind of agree, and just press a button, and boom, your CSAT is protected. Like, you don't have to pretend, that, oh, it was a bot and we have let go of that customer service guy. Like McDonald's, for example, every year or 2 years, they have to let go of somebody because somebody loses their marbles and says, I'm F off, I'm off. And this happens a lot. Again, I'm telling you, imagine a person who's day, night, handling customer pain points thanklessly. Probably the lowest paid guy is holding your reputation. So how do you secure it? Think of it like an insurance where nothing can go wrong, because every kind of response is meticulously analyzed for relevancy, accuracy, language, profanity, and CSAT. So you are really able to ensure your organization's success here. So just to sort of stitch it all together, it's important to build a culture of customer instincts. Start with asking for more, refine it over time, democratize the access, super important. So thank you so much. Time's up. Welcome to the age of instinct. Welcome to the world of AI. Thank you.
So please stay back. We have a token of appreciation for you. I request Mr. Akhilesh Dwivedi from Zepto to please walk up to hand over the token of appreciation, please.